What's going on, everybody? Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm NeonMushroom. We're playing some MTGO, Premodern, and today's deck is going to be the solution, specifically Filippo's solution deck from this Italian event that happened recently. There are some changes from this version. Angel McAngelface, that's right, crazy Carl Winter. There are some changes. My solution deck, for instance, doesn't play any creatures except for Lightning Angel and Exalted Angel, because we play it more like a control deck. This deck's trying to play much more like a mid-rangey tempo deck. We've got Meddling Mages in the main, some Mother of Runes, and then we are doing the normal solution spell suite, except for there's some one-ofs that are really weird. We'll run through it. The one thing I'm not going to run through is the mana. It's awful. Try not to look at it ever. We're playing Mother of Runes. It's a 2-of, 4 Swords to Plowshares, a 4 Spike, a really spicy one-of that will sometimes just get your opponent. We can't really play Daze because there's like 2 islands in this deck. We're playing 3 Portents, a 1-of Stifle. I'm intrigued by the Stifle. I have not modified this deck at all. 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Mages, 2 Counterspell. It's a little bit greedy, but sometimes you need a hard counter. 3 Mana Leaks, 2 Impulse, 1 Disenchant, 2 Factor Fiction, which is, I really like that spell in this deck, 2 Fire Ice, 4 Lightning Angel, 2 Exalted Angel, and a 1-of card that I've only ever played in blue-red Counterburn, which is Prophetic Bolt. It's a Impulse stapled to a Hydroblast for 5 mana, which is really cool. So we're going to try that out. And then the sideboard does look pretty reasonable to me. Sacred Ground is kind of the odd man out. I would play a Teferi's Response in that spot. But Seal of Cleansing, Warmth, Wrath of God, Phyrexian Furnace, Hibernation, Hydroblast, Red Elemental Blast, and Pyroclasm, along with an Energy Flux, which is a 3-mana enchantment that says that all artifacts have, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay 2. Maybe you bring it in against Dreadnought, I'm not really sure. But that's maybe Terrageddon, but all it hits is like, no, it hits Sphere of Resistance and Mox Diamond. Maybe it's good there. That's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and hop into some games. All right, we found this opponent again. We're on the draw this time. We were on the play. Hi again. I queued up the wrong deck. It was a deck from another video. All right, let's look at this opening hand of 1 land. That's a mulligan. Doesn't matter what our opponent does. We'll see how many cards they keep though. Just wanted to say that I really enjoy your content. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Thanks, buddy. Very sweet. Okay, they're mulligan to 6, which makes my mulligan to 6 feel a little bit less bad. This hand has Portents, Fire Ice, and Functioning Mana, meaning we have to keep. We'll pitch. Let's see, we can go blue-white. That's a red source. Do we have white-white? I don't think so. We do have blue-blue. We'll pitch Battlefield Forge and keep it that way. Red is definitely the splash color, so we don't mind that being our one painful source. We'll go Flooded Strand, get an island, cast the Portent. Ooh, opponent mulligans to 4? Brutal. That's not good. That's bad. I'm a control-y, not a control-y deck, tempo-y mid-range deck. Meaning if our opponent has super low resources, our plan looks better than average. Also, my autocorrect made Jeskai disappear. Haha, fair. Yeah, that's a brutally low mulligan. We'll see if they can get it going. Basic Island, very cool. I'm gonna untap and draw. Disenchant's cool, especially since this could be Shrimp. We'll fetch now. If they stifle us, so be it. Their mulligan's so deep that I don't mind getting stifled here. Island, tap for a blue, Portent me. We've got 2 lands. That's 2 more lands plus an Impulse. I feel like we can do better than that. Any order, I would like to shuffle. And then I will pass the turn. All right, we're gonna draw a card out the Portent. We get a City of Brass. Don't really want it, but it'll have to work. Underground River makes me think our opponent's on Dr. Teeth. Stifle's pretty cool here. Let's go ahead and play Flooded Strand. Let's Portent first. Portent me. We got this Flooded Strand, so we can take a partial pile. I think we'll just take the Impulse. At this point, I'm actually pretty interested in Impulse, so I'll put back the Wastes, put back the Island, then leave the Impulse on top. I will not use the ability, then I'll play this Flooded Strand, and before my next turn, I'll fetch, probably get a basic Plains. A Jeskai Layer would be so sick though, Carl. That's a very good point. That would make this deck, I think, actively one of the better fair options. If this deck had a good mana base, this deck would be one of the best decks in the format, I think, as far as fair decks go. All right, they're playing another Swamp and passing. I will fetch. I do not want to draw another land. So we'll get a Plains, and then we'll untap and draw again. Lightning Angel is exactly what I was hoping to see. We'll play a Shivan Reef and pass. Let's hope our opponent doesn't just drop a Tog, because I don't have the protection for it right now. They don't, so we're going to Impulse at their end step. Factor Fiction, Meddling Mage, Reflecting Pool. What do we want to get here? I'm pretty sure they're on Dr. Teeth, so I could take Meddling Mage and just name their win con. Don't hate that. I could just take the Factor Fiction and try to get them to tap mana at their end step. I'm going to take Factor Fiction. I am that type of sicko. These cards can go in any order. Then I'll untap and draw. It's a Counterspell. Now we have Counterspell as well. That's messed up. So we'll just take, we'll cast Factor Fiction. If they counter, we'll drop Lightning Angel. If they don't, we'll take as many lands as they'll give us. I know we were putting lands back, but now that we know what our plan is, we actively want lands. They're passing, so we're definitely going to factor fic. Boop, boop, any color, any color. Here, they probably just want to counter it, which is fine. Like, we need to make them use cards. They mulligan really deep, so I want to, like, even if they counter this, I'm probably just going to jam the Lightning Angel next turn. All right, there's a mana leak. I can't pay for it. Let's see if they have a second one, because they can't have Counterspell, because they only left Swamp up. So we're going to untap and draw. Impulse is cool. Here is my Lightning Angel. 1, 2, colorless, and do you have another mana leak, dude? They don't. All right, go to combat. Let's see if you have Diabolic Edict, because Smother won't kill this. Ghastly Demise is still not good enough. All right, first Lightning Angel attack of the video. Hell yeah, 17 pass turn. And we've got another Impulse, lovely. All right, they draw and just pass to us. Nothing else going on. We'll untap and draw. No land, but that's fine. We've got this Impulse. We might just main phase the Impulse as well. We've got 3 blue sources, so that feels pretty free. They take 3, then we're gonna go white, blue. I'm gonna Impulse, try to find a land drop. I think keeping up on lands is going to be a really good idea. We find one, it's Flooded Strand. Any order for these other 3 cards, then we'll play the Flooded Strand out, and we're just going to like hang behind this Lightning Angel. We will protect it. These Psychotog decks, which is what I think my opponent's on, their removal is usually a combination of Edict effects, Ghastly Demise, and Smother. Smother doesn't deal with the Lightning Angel. The Edict effect will, but the Ghastly Demise currently won't. So I'm really happy to just like sit here and have a Lightning Angel, and put the onus on them to develop the game state from where it is now. We're gonna go to combat. We're gonna get busy for 3. They're on a mulligan to 4/2, which is just really tough for them. Also, our clock's a little bit faster than it looks because I've got 2 Fire Ice. Fire can go face. Here's a land, here's me passing. Do you have slow parfait content yet, or was that one you're working on? It's the only deck I lost to and don't know a lot about. I don't. I actually have the list downloaded, and I do have that list in paper as well. I need to learn the deck, but I do want to learn slow parfait. That deck looks awesome. It's coming up soon, actually. We draw. I might play it this weekend. We'll see. But I really want to play the solution. I haven't played that at a tournament yet. We'll attack for 3, bring them to 8, continue to just make our land drops and chill. They tap for 4. They're going to Factor Fiction. I think here I'm comfortable with a Counterspell. I will fetch, get an island and another blue, and I will counterspell the Factor Fic. Does my opponent have a foil? They have a misdirection. Okay, that works. They can misdirection the counterspell to target the misdirection, meaning the Factor Fiction will resolve. Did they not do that? Oh, they did do that. Cool. All right, there's the Factor Fic. Foil, Powder Keg. I don't care about any of these cards, if I'm being honest. They need to answer my Lightning Angel to have a chance at this game. I will give them foil and I will give them Powder Keg. Powder Keg doesn't kill Angel fast enough for them to not die to it. Foil, like basically the impulse, they have to take the impulse pile, I think. Actually, I'll split it like this. I'll actually split it like, no, I don't want to give them enough. I don't want to give them an island and the foil at the same time. So I'm going to split it like this. If they are addicted to value, they might take the good spells, but they don't stop the Lightning Angel from killing them. So they probably have to take the impulse pile. I just don't want to give them an island with the foil. I don't want to give them the food for their foil. I also don't want them to like be able to gush anytime soon. All right, they took the islands, they saw it, they know that they absolutely need to impulse and try to find an answer for this Lightning Angel. They play one of the islands. Looks like they're just passing. Blue, black, impulse, main phase, sure. All right, nothing that they're gonna cast in the main phase. Pass to me. We found another Lightning Angel. What if I just jam this, right? What if I just jam this and make them tap out? Seems fine. Let's do it right now. White, blue, colorless, red. What do we think about Lightning Angel? Yes, I will take the pain off the City of Brass. Lightning Angel. Now they're at 7 because they have to counterspell. This means they're dead to Fire Ices. We're just gonna let this go to combat. Now, if they have Ghastly Demise here, that's tough, but looks like they don't. So now at any point that they tap out, we're just gonna unload fires on them. Like they're in a pretty tough spot here. Blue, black, impulse, main phase, sure. Their mulligan to 4 is really catching up with them here, unfortunately. Good self-discipline though. If their hands were completely unplayable, some people will keep really loose 6s just because they don't want to go to 5. But like really, really good 5s are better than super mediocre 7s. So in any format, not just pre-modern. We pass an opponent. Cool. You're not dead yet. Not to my angel anyway. Battlefield Forge, sure. We'll go to combat. We're going to attack for 3. If this connects, the game's actually over. I don't think they can answer both of our Fire Ices. There's the Ghastly Demise. So we're going to let that go. They've got plenty of mana up. I'm not going to start to unload Fire Ice until they tap more mana down. So I'll play a land and pass. All right, there's some mana tapped. Here's a blue. Here's a red. Fire. Target you. for 2. And one more time, we're going to red, another color, fire, target you. Do you have another foil or a misdirection, maybe? Gush, sure. Did you find something? All right, they didn't. We get that game. We're gonna go to game 2. We got a sideboard first. Furnace, I'm gonna put them on Tog. We haven't seen a Tog, I'm putting them on Tog. So GG. So we want Phyrexian Furnace. I think we want red Elemental Blast. We do not want Wrath. We do not want Pyroclasm. We don't want Warmth. We don't want Seal of Cleansing. We don't want Sacred Ground. We don't want Hydroblast. So we really just want those 4. These 11 aren't really doing anything for us. Force Spike, I think, is quite good here. I think Stifle's medium in a matchup like this. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you can stifle a fetch land, but I think we might bring it back out on the play. But I think on the draw, we're not super duper interested. Prophetic Bolt seems like it's going to be really hard to resolve. It seems like a tall order. I like Factor Fic. I like all my angels. I like my permissions. Do we like Disenchant? Not super into it, to be honest. They could have like Dystopia or something. I don't think I'm fighting that fight though. I think if they have that, it's like fine. We're set up for a super long game, so we'll lose the Disenchant. I could see getting punished for, no. Yeah, we'll lose also 1 Lightning Bolt. I was thinking about cutting more bolts, but I really like my reach. I've been looking for a deck that I could put my altered AKs into. Do you have any suggestions on what the best decks to run them in? Altered AKs, if you're asking my opinion, it's skewed because the obvious answer is Tide Control. I think the opponent's deck that we have right now, Psychotog, that's my favorite accumulated knowledge deck. That's my favorite accumulated knowledge deck in the format. All right, we got our spells. We're doing that. Submit. All right, let's look at this opener. We've got an Angel, we've got a Swords, we've got a Portent, we've got 4 lands. Our mana base is painful, but it functions. We're keeping. We kind of don't want our opponent to duress our Portent. Our Portent's carrying a lot of weight for us right now, but if they do, we get to play a long game anyway. Why did I will that into existence? All right, see a Portent. Unless they're trying to resolve a super aggressive Tog. In which case, like, sure. All right, they take Swords, so maybe they're trying to answer a super aggressive Tog. I think if your goal is to take a Swords with duress, you do it the turn before you play the Psychotog, though. I've got a lot of reps on Psychotog. It's probably the deck I'm the best at in this format. Portent me. Not interested in lands. I'm interested in all these, though. Okay, I'll draw the Portent first since it's the worst of these 3 cards. So we'll put Swords back, followed by Red Blast, followed by Portent. I will not use the ability. That's a great stack. I'll pass. Ice Blood. Sunless of Frantic Storm also run 4 of them. That's a deck I haven't touched on the channel because I haven't bought Meditate yet. Frantic Storm is sweet. Islands. What else you got, buddy? Just pass? Cool. We're pretty likely to Portent again here. Yeah, we're going to drop City of Brass right now, and then we'll Portent targeting ourselves. We know we want the Swords. Let's see if there's other stuff that we want in this pile. I'm just trying to be mana efficient here so I can like face down my Exalted Angel if I want. I want all these cards. I will take the Adarkar Wastes first, and then the Phyrexian Furnace, I think. So Swords to the bottom, Phyrexian Furnace, Adarkar Wastes. I would not like to use the ability, and that's it. Pass turn. That's actually an awesome answer. I've been looking into building Tog. I think it is one of the most underrated. Underrated's weird because it definitely has a decent metagame share, but I think it should see more play. A lot of people look at it and go, oh, this is just like flavor blasted Stifle Knot. Like it's just worse Stifle Knot. I've heard that so much. It's nothing like Stifle Knot. It's got a totally different game plan. It's a much slower burn. All right, I draw a card off Portent. My hand's looking awesome. 3 mana. Is this a Tog? It's a Shadow Mage Infiltrator. I'm gonna Red Blast that. That's really good. Red Blast, cast, counter, Shadow Mage. DGA sounds like my kind of deck. DGA is awesome. Gush in response to the Red Blast. That's fine. You got a foil? Yeah, you got a foil. That's fine. That all happens. I'm about to drop this Angel on your head. We've got 3 in hand. I know one of them's an island. All right, on tap, draw this Furnace. I'm not gonna play it here. I'm just gonna play Battlefield Forge. No, Adarkar Wastes I think is a bit better. Tap this for white, this for anything, this for anything. Let the City of Brass hit me. And then we're gonna morph this face down. You can draw some cards. I'm gonna have this Exalted Angel, and next turn I can Swords the Shadow Mage Infiltrator, and then play Phyrexian Furnace. You should destroy because of misdirection, no? Destroy what? Attack for 1, you got it. I cannot block. All right, Shadow Mage draws you a card, and then I will untap and draw. Oh, destroy with the Red Blast. That would have been really smart. That's a good, sorry, I completely forgot what we were talking about. That's a great point and a good idea. I will remember that next time it comes up. We're gonna play Gemstone Mine. Our mana base is kind of painful here. We're also kind of playing around a Edict effect. I'm concerned with that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna tap for a colorless. I'm not even gonna bother to flip my Angel here. I'll just play Phyrexian Furnace, and I'm gonna put a stop on our opponent's upkeep. There's a chance I was supposed to like Swords the Shadow Mage before playing the Phyrexian Furnace to play around Mana Leak. but I've got like a million concerns right now. And if they want to tap out in their upkeep, I'm actually kind of okay with them getting a card in exchange for that. We'll go to combat. We'll attack for 2. They go to 18. I didn't know Tog was as underrated as DGA. That sold me. I'm building Tog next. Thanks. Absolutely. And if you don't, I don't think intuition is necessary in Tog. I play it because I have one. But if you ignore intuition, the deck is super affordable too, which is just rules for it being such a good deck. We're also going to exile the bottom card now, and then we will pass. Ooh, they're going to impulse now. Okay, well, this tells me that I should swords now. Shadow Mage Infiltrator. If they have a foil, they have to pitch their entire hand to protect it, which is like cool. All right, that's dealt with finally. So now they're not going to be like creeping up behind us with all those cards. So now we just need to like hope they don't have an answer for this Exalted Angel. I'm not going to flip it aggressively. I might even, it depends on what their next turn looks like. I also don't want to aggressively crack my Furnace. My Furnace is, if this is Tog, I haven't seen the Tog yet, but I have, my experiences tell me to believe that this is Psychotog. Black. Duress me, hopefully. I don't have anything. Looks like they're just going to pass. That's great for me. Untap. Draw. Meddling Mage looks good. Hey, eat that bottom card. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack for 2. Take the 2. All right, I'm going to play Battlefield Forge. I'm going to tap for a blue and a white here. I'm going to play Meddling Mage. And I think I'm just going to name Psychotog with it. I guess I could name Ghastly Demise. Do we name the removal? No, I think we just name Tog. I don't have removal for the Tog right now. Blue, black. There's the Ghastly Demise. Okay, cool. It's dead. That is one dead morph. How's this look? All right, we're naming Psychotog. Usually if this deck plays Shadow Mage, it's only has like a 1 of, so I'm not going to sweat that. Then we'll just pass the turn. Little land action, cool. We passing? Love to see it. Untap, draw. Nice draw. Eat the bottom card of your graveyard. Do we just jam Lightning Angel here? Nah, we wait. We go to combat and we attack. They take 2 and we're just passing. They tap for 2. What is this? Impulse? Impulse. Yeah, that's fine. All right, you're up, good buddy. They're winning the card advantage war, but we have the clock and our mana base is much more developed. So I like our spot. They probably have Factor Fiction here, meaning I'm probably supposed to ice them at end step here. I'd like it if they didn't resolve that right away. Ice. Target island. All right, that's our own Factor Fiction. That's pretty sweet. Untap. Shivan Reef. We'll play it. We will activate Phyrexian Furnace, eating the bottom card. Make sure that Psychotog's never a Keter class threat too early, although we're solidly in the mid to late game now. Attack for 2. If they tap literally any mana, we're just going to Factor Fiction on the spot. And then, yeah, pass turn. All right, they don't have it. Great. There is an argument to Factor Fictioning on their end step, even if they don't, oh, they're doing something. Even if they don't do anything, but they're doing something, so that whole point is mute now. Yeah, you got a gush. I was gonna say wait until we can at least pay for mana leak, because we've got a clock and it's up to them to change the status quo of this game. But they just gushed. Although it's the same thing. They play the land back out. They've got a full hand. I probably just keep holding this Factor Fiction until they like try to answer my Meddling Mage, right? This Meddling Mage will just eventually kill them. That said, maybe I do Factor Fiction here because they would need foil to stop this Lightning Angel if they interact with the Factor Fiction. And I think that's interesting. But ultimately, duress is going to be a problem. I think this is where we pull the trigger. Blue, whatever. Factor Fiction, you mana leak it. I'll untap and I'm going to windmill slam my Lightning Angel, I think. Yep, you've counterspelled. And then we untap, they take a draw off the Portent, and then we take a draw. All right, let's see if they've got the juice to stop our Lightning Angel. Let's play this Flooded Strand too, just in case we want to do a trick. Flooded Strand, we tap for blue. We'll tap this for red. Is there like a painless way to do this? I could fetch. I'm not going to do that. I'll use the Gemstone Mine for red. Red, you'll be colorless, and you will be white. I will take the pain off the white. Opponent, do you have another foil? No? Wow. Okay, go to combat. I am the aggressor. Take 5. They don't have a removal, it doesn't look like either. Wow, that's not good for them. Okay, go ahead, opponent. Blue Elemental Blast, my Lightning Angel, is not nice. I could try to protect it, but they're still on a 4-turn clock. I think we're just gonna let it go. Yeah, we'll just let it go. It's been Blue Blast. We've still got this 2-2. All right, end step, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the bottom. Do we crack Furnace now? I think we do. I think it's about that time. We're gonna crack Furnace on Ghastly Demise, I guess. All right, land is the top deck. That's not great. Impulse is pretty good. We'll go to combat. We're gonna hold the Impulse till they do something. We're also not gonna play out our Adarkar Wastes. All right, they take 2 more. Now they're boltable, which is good for us. Blue, black, Impulse. Me, 2. Well, there's a Lightning Bolt. Anyone see the Tog deck with Zombie Infestation, Squee, and Krovokian Horror? Uzi? Yeah, I actually played that deck for a video. Do I take Mana Leak or Bolt is a big question for me. At this point, Mana Leak won't counter anything that tries to kill the Meddling Mage. I think we're just going to take the Bolt and try to like put them in range. We've got lots of burn in our deck. All right, you're up, opponent. I guess you need to Uzi. That wasn't my name. That was someone else's name and I stole it. But it's a very cute deck. I think it's not good compared to stock Dr. Teeth though. Tap for a black, we're duressing. This is a great time for me to, I guess I'll just remove a counter here. Lightning bolt to your face. If they counterspell this, awesome. Our opponent might be flabbergasted that we still have Bolt in our deck. I think that this deck, Bolt is an aggressive option. Misdirection, good Lord, no, that's so bad. All right, you got it. Well, they miss with the duress. They've only got 2 cards left in hand and they use their black source. So even if they have Tog, they probably can't cast it. So we're just looking for a Lightning Angel here or like a Fact or Fiction. I actually forgot they had Misdirection. Cool, a land, that's not great. All right, F6, let's see if they find a Tog. Super jealous of your Ooh Dreadnought, can't lie. Love what they did with it. Yeah, I like it too. You can have Gush versus the World, I guess. Yeah, you can have Gush or 3 lands and a Thwart. All right, they take 3 lands and a Thwart. Their hand is 2 mystery cards, 3 lands, Thwart. All right, there's a Tog. We're gonna concede here. There's a chance with the right, well, they have a Thwart, so not really. There's a chance we could wiggle out of it, but we're not even gonna try to. We're gonna go straight to the next game. They have a really long round timer on this room they created, so I'm gonna pretend that we're playing under a normal clock. Is there anything else I wanna do? I don't think so. Maybe since we're on the play, we can look at Stifle being, you know, I don't know if I've seen a polluted Delta yet. Yeah, I think Stifle's too cute. I think this Prophetic Bolt might be something we're interested in on the play as opposed to a Bolt because we can extend our creatures much more quickly. Submit. Yeah, I love the Ooh Dreadnoughts. The Shared Discovery guys were real chill and sent me out the good swag. Opponent, not that much could have changed between games 2 and 3. All right, there we go. All right, game 3, I'm on the play against one of my favorite decks in the format. We can develop a mana base, which is great. We've got this Force Spike, which could be great, but I think, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep this. I know it seems bad, but I have to remember that my mana base will not always work out when I mulligan. So I just need to keep this and hope that it's okay. We'll lead on a Shivan Reef specifically because we want to save this Flooded Strand for a Portent. All right, you're up, opponent. Polluted Delta, there it is. Yeah, fetch is good. Wish I had a Stifle there, that'd be so good. Black Source. You want to duress me? How about get Force Spiked? All right, they don't know how weak our hand is, but our mana is so good. So as long as we don't totally flood out. There's a Mom, pretty good. Plains, tap it, answer this Mom or forever hold your peace. Go. I need to hit them up and see if I can get some of them if they have any left. Yeah, you should check. They turned out really nice. I only own 1 Dreadnought and I'm not in a rush to finish my actual playset because that card is expensive. Island, Swamp, we got to answer for the Mom. All right, there's a Gaslight in my eyes. That's good. They had to aggressively answer it, which is nice for us. Blue, Portent, sure. I would like to draw 1 Exalted Angel, please. They did not use the ability. They like the cards on top. That's not great for us. All right, end step, on tap, draw. You draw first, then I draw. It's a mana leak. We love to see that. It's not a threat yet, but we can take some time. Reflecting Pool fixes everything for us. Now we've got blue up. Everything is okay for right now. In this matchup, it's a very viable tactic to just try to answer every single one of their threats. I will mana leak this duress. Blue, white, mana leak, duress. They want a counterspell? Sure, that's fine. All right, pass to me. Pass to me on tap. Keep drawing heat. Meddling Mage seems good. Do we play around mana leak? I think so. I think we can afford to. We'll play Shivan Reef and simply pass. They've already used 2 duress. It's unlikely that they have a 3rd one. We've got this sword, so if they want to resolve a threat, we can answer it. And we just get to continue to kind of play around the, there's a Psychotog, you got it, to play around the other one, the Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Go to end step, I will tap for a white and swords your Psychotog. If they want to foil, they have to lose all of their cards for it. Gush, sure. All right, Psychotog down, on tap draw. Island's not great here, but we're gonna do what we can. Island, Plains, Meddling Mage. All right, naming the Tog. Oh, that's not how you spell that, huh? Psychotog. All right, go ahead, opponent. They've got way more cards than I do, but we know at least 2 of them are lands, probably 3. So we're looking at 3 to 4 non-lands. That's a lot. We are behind right now. I think the game we're gonna try to play, because we're so low on resources as opposed to our opponent, is a game where instead of trying to accelerate our game plan, I think I want to count their threats and try to meticulously answer every single one. That's going to be harder to do than it is to just say, but we'll see what we can pull together. Phyrexian Furnace is a start. We'll go to combat, attack for 2, bring them to 17, tap for a white, play a Furnace. Wouldn't actually be shocked if they like counterspelled this. They don't. We're going to activate it. Eat the bottom. Pass to you. We'll just hold a Flooded Strand. They don't need to know about it. They're probably like angling for a Fact or Fiction here. Main phase it. I do it in my upkeep if you're Fact or Fictioning, right? Or there's a Wonder. Are they hard casting Wonder right now? probably wait till my upkeep. That makes much more sense to me. On tap, not in my upkeep. Okay, go to combat. Attack you. Tap for 2. Smother, not great. Let's eat the bottom. I do need to try to protect this Meddling Mage, unfortunately. And then eat Gush. Tapping for white. Exalted Angel, sure, that's smothered. And then do we try to play around Mana Leak here? Can we afford to? We know they got at least one more island. How many counterspells have we seen? Like none? Like none. If they play Psychotog, we know they have a land drop. So they can play Psychotog and continue to hold up the mana. I need to poke and prod now. We have to just see if we can force something through. Morph. All right, it resolves. Pass turn. They play that island we knew about. Getting a Psychotog going. They have a second smother. That's unfortunate. All right, pass to me. I think I will fetch the first time here just to like have one less land in our deck. Super fine, just getting another island. On tap, draw, Reflecting Pool. That's tough, guys. We're flooding out really bad. This would have been a draw in real life. I don't know why our opponent has a match timer on so long. 2 mana, sure. Gush, yeah, you got it. Do you have the Tog, buddy? Portent, sure. I would probably Portent targeting me here. I only got one left in hand. They can like basically guarantee a sequence here, unless their hand's like literally all lands. That would be a shocker though. They've used Ghastly Demise, Smother. If their deck is intelligently built, they shouldn't have any more removal spells in their deck. They could technically have a Snuff Out. I think that would make some amount of sense. Here comes the Psychotog. Yes, no. 4 mana. Hardcast Wonder. Larry Nevin's Disc. Sure. I do not like that card in this deck at all. All right, untap, draw. You draw off Portent. City of Brass. All right. They've got the timer set on too long here. There's actually a world where we can win this game, but their timer is set so long that I can't afford to just sit there and play for another 20 minutes on this video. We're going to call that a loss and move on to our next round, which our opponent just exists here. There was a room already open, so I'm going to take advantage of that. All right, Heckman 87. We've played a few times before. Hi, good luck, have fun. Explanation point. This hand is Dookie, a little one-lander action. The client went, well, you had all the lands last game. You don't need them this time. In a recent video, you mentioned giving someone a tutorial on altering cards. Did you record that to make a video possibly? Not yet, no. At some point I'd like to. I'm not a great card alterer though, but I can teach people how to start doing it. Mulligan, Gemstone Mine, Battlefield Forge, Adarkar Wastes. It'll have to do. Meddling Mage, Mana Leak. I think we just start putting back the Fire Ice and Living on a Prayer. Swamp, nothing. Swamp, Stone Cold, nothing. Great. Untap and draw. Reflecting Pool. Reflecting Pool combos with everything else that I have. Let's play a Adarkar Wastes and just pass. That makes our mana look much better. Reflecting Pool bearing the load of all of our mana problems. Always. Darkrit? Sure. What do you want to Darkrit into? Yeah, it's a Graveborn Muse. It's pretty good. Removal spell off the top, please. I've got a bunch of them. No luck? Damn. Tough. We're probably just gonna go Reflecting Pool, hold up Mana Leak and Impulse. Let them get an extra card. Graveborn Muse dies to like all of our removal except for Fire Ice, which we know there's one of on the bottom. So we're fine. They've only just now replaced the Graveborn Muse. So that's a white source. Is this Dead Guy with Graveborn Muse? That's cool. All right, I'll take 3. 1, 2, 3 mana. Vindicate? Not a chance, not a cold chance in hell, my guy. There we go. All right, that worked. On tap, and do we naturally find the removal? We don't. We need to Impulse for removal right now, I think. So what we'll do is play Battlefield Forge. I'll lose a life for blue. I'll tap this for whatever. This taps for anything I want now. Impulse, that'll do. Lightning Bolt, any order. Tap for a red, Lightning Bolt, get out of here, Graveborn Muse. You're done drawing extra cards. Hopefully they don't just like have an Exalted Angel. That would suck. I'm about to head to work. Appreciate the time. Can't wait to see more content. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you coming. There's a Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Graveborn Muse. Gross. What kind of deck plays more than one Graveborn Muse? That's weird. Untap, draw. Okay, I mean, I guess we're gonna get busy. Here's my Lightning Angel. Blue, white, red, colorless. Start to try to tax your life total, I guess. Go to combat and attack. Take 3, go to 16, and you're gonna go to 15. Pass to you. All right, they probably have swords or something. This game 1's not looking great. I really don't like Meddling Mage in this particular matchup either. Dark Ritual, are we just gonna hardcast a Exalted Angel? That's not great for us either. If we can find like a Swords to Plowshares, we're looking fine. If we can't, it's looking grim. City of Brass, all right, not gonna waste time here. We're gonna concede. Go to game 2. What's good against this deck? Wrath of God, probably quite good. It's somewhat good, I should say. Seal of Cleansing, they're probably not playing Phyrexian Furnace because they have so many Graveborn Muses. A Hydroblast, no. Energy Flux, no. Nope, none of these. I think our sideboard's actively bad against our opponent, chat. Furnace is probably bad. Yeah, like Wrath of God, I could see bringing in a single copy of. Probably trim a Stifle. Let's try this and submit. All right, I'll be on the play. Our hand technically produces our colors, so I'm going to keep it and hope they don't Dark Rit. We're keeping this off the back of Fire Ice for like Hippie, a turn 1 Hippie, and Mana Leak, and Fire Ice being able to, the ice part being able to draw us a card to get us into Lightning Angel. Then we'll look into 6, sounds good. All right, they're stopping at 6. We'll play an island and simply pass the turn. Swamp Duress me? Dark Rit, sure. We got a Hippie? They got a Hippie, okay. We've got the answer for the Hippie, so it's all good. End step? Yeah, sure, I'll untap and draw. Draw on the land there's real good, guys. We'll play Battlefield Forge, and then we're just gonna kill this thing now. Fire this, 2 damage on just that. Go red, blue. Goodbye, Hippie. Pass the turn. Probably slow roll this Lightning Angel, try to like get the Shivan Reef down. Hopefully they don't have a second Dark Rit so they can't get under us right now. Use our permission plus our Wrath of God to like run them out of cards and then drop a Lightning Angel and try to win the game that way. That said, they saw our Angel game 1, so they definitely haven't cut their removal. So like Meddling Mage probably like, it awkwardly wants to name swords in this matchup, but we both have swords, so that's a little tricky too. All right, second swamp, sure. Nothing to do, love that for me. All right, let's see if we can get this Dead Guy L deck into its derpy mode. Untap, draw a land, hopefully. I'll take a swords. That's a good concession draw. Shivan Reef, go. Third swamp, sure. No white mana for you. All right, land off the top. I just want to keep making land drops deck. Lightning Angel, rip. All right, we're gonna sit here and look at each other for a few turns, I think. All right, they don't find a land either. I like that for us. Take a draw step. Gemstone, perfect. Amazing. Play it out. I could play Lightning Angel. What does that get blinked to? An Edict effect? I think I need to make him have it here. We need to get something going. White and then red here. Lightning Angel, do you have an Edict effect? We know they have swords and they haven't developed a white source. Okay, that just got there, so we're gonna pass. Draws white source, vindicates Lightning Angel. Sad spaghetti. Tap for a black, second Dark Rituals, 2 games in a row. Hate to see it. Graveborn, don't care, we'll kill that. All right, I think this game's ours now. They stumbled long enough. We drew our 4th land first. Prophetic Bolt, kind of a neat pickup here. We'll go to combat and attack. They take some pain. We're gonna tap for a white and just swords to Plowshares this. They gain the life back, but now they don't have a Graveborn Muse, which is great for us. All right, looks like they're passing. Yeah, this is very good for us. Take an untap, take a draw. It's a land that's so good. No fair. I'm not gonna play a second Lightning Angel till I have a 6th land so I can hold up permission. We're just gonna get him for 3 here. We're doing the thing our deck does. We have a Vigilant 3/4 with flying and haste. And we've got so many reactive spells in our hand that we have no clue what we're even gonna do. We're just gonna keep hitting them. I could Prophetic Bolt here as well. I don't think I need to. I think I'm gonna value it as removal. We'll draw planes, that's amazing. Now I don't have to tax my Gemstone Mine. I can also just play the second Lightning Angel, so I'm gonna do that. White, blue, red, colorless. Lightning Angel 2, Electric Boogaloo. Combat. Attack with all, that doubles my clock. This should, yeah, they're at 8. Yeah, this cleans it up. Next turn, I'm just going to Prophetic Bolt their face as well. Unless they concede here, which they probably should. I don't see an out to this. White Source is a good start. Duress me? Yeah, I've got too much for the Duress to be good enough. I've got Mana Leak and Counterspell. What do you want, opponent? You want to take my Counterspell or my Mana Leak? Do you want to take the thing that counters your swords or the other thing that counters your swords? Or the thing that domes you in the face for 4? Also, swords, to cast a white spell, it's going to cost them a life because of the cave. So yeah, they just concede here. We're going to game 3. Seems poor for me. We've got all these answers. We cannot keep a 7 on game 3 that can't answer a turn 1 banger, like a turn 1 hippie. I think Wrath is still good. I don't think we're going to change anything. I could see removing the Force Spike because we're on the draw to bring in, like, honestly, nothing looks good enough to bring in for me to do that. So I'm just going to submit. Okay. This hand's pretty good. We've got all of our colors. We can't counterspell if we want white, but there's no counterspell in our hand, so that's fine. And we can bolt a turn 1 hippie. If they duress, they're going to duress into kind of a shit sandwich of just a bunch of sick spells. So, and looks like they're not going to turn 1 hippie us, which makes us feel really good. I'll untap and draw. It's a Portent. I think I'll do that. Shivan Reef, pay a blue, pay a life, Portent me. I want more lands. There's a land. I can impulse for the 4th land. I can also shuffle away this Exalted Angel that I don't want yet. So I'll go Exalted Angel, Wrath of God, land. I will not use the ability. Then I'll make sure to fetch before I draw that Exalted Angel. And we'll just pass the turn. The Gerard's Verdict, what do we want to pitch? Disenchant plus Lightning Bolt, maybe? There's a plans. Dark Rit, sure. We going for a Muse? An Arena. We've got the Disenchant, so that's good. They're playing like infinite arenas. I'm pretty stoked to just get rid of that arena. Flooded Strand, I do not want that Exalted Angel yet, so we'll fetch. Grab a white source. Disenchant that arena. No, thank you. Go ahead. Caves, sure. White, black. Vindicate, one of my lands. Not great for me. Yeah, you vindicated. Luckily, I've got this impulse. All right, they're playing a slow game. I love my deck in a slow game. And we draw a land anyway, so that's great. We could Meddling Mage here. I'm not certain what I want to mage to begin with, so I'm just going to pass. What's their angle here? They probably really want to get an Exalted Angel down at some point. Are we going to Vindicate again? No, we're going to Gerard's Verdict. I think that's okay. I'm going to Impulse first for safety. Boop, boop. We will take a land. We absolutely need it. So we'll grab that. And then any order for the rest of them. I don't know what to do with this Meddling Mage right now. I think I'm actually fine losing it. So that'll resolve. I'll lose Meddling Mage plus Lightning Bolt because I've got this Wrath of God and I can't cast Lightning Bolt. Any order. Please don't Dark Rit Hippie. You gotta be kidding me. Every single game, my opponent has found runner, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. This is the third game where they have 2 Dark Rits. Mother of Rune's not bad. Let's go Island. No, let's go Adarkar Wastes to develop the second white source right now. Let's just pass, because I will Wrath of God just to Hypnotic Spectre. And I don't want to discard the Wrath of God or the Lightning Angel, because if I just like randomly draw a red source, that's very good for me too. Attack for 2, sure. All right, trigger the Hippie, no Wrath of God. You can't write it, guys. All right, untap draw. Another Lightning Angel, cool. Island, I guess we're playing our mom now, and then we'll pass the turn. That way, if we like draw a red source, we can just windmill slam this Lightning Angel and they can't answer it. All right, attack for 2. We're gonna pitch an Angel, but that's a guarantee because there's 2 of them in our hand. Drawing a red source would be the best thing possible. Our weak mana really showing right now. White Swords to Plowshares my thing. Yep, there goes my mom. All right, off the top, baby, let's go. Fire Ice actually isn't bad. We gotta pass. We're gonna ice the Hypnotic Spectre before they can attack with it. All right, they've begun combat. I'm going to cast Ice, tapping the Hippie. Try to bridge the gap here. Okay, we found a red source. White, black. Don't have Gerard's Verdict. Sure, opponent. Doesn't get much better than that for you, huh? All right, on tap. Swords, back to Fick. I mean, try to find a land, I guess. I gotta cast it here. I'm gonna take whatever the biggest pile is. Yeah, Grease Monkey, that was, there's lucky, then there's whatever our opponent's up to over there. All right, so they're giving me a 4-1 split. I will choose pile 1 and put that into my hand. Now I will play a Shivan Reef, I think, just to get a red source into play. I probably should have maybe held it to protect it from Vindicate, but I'm gonna Portent myself. Prophetic Bolt's cool. I will put Plains. No. Oh, it's fine. Then Prophetic Bolt, then Mana Lake. I should have put the Plains on top, but I think it's okay. All right. They're going to make us discard Counterspell because of course they are. Attack with the Hypnotic Spectre. There's only a 3rd chance to make us discard the land. Let's get that lucky. Or is it just going to be Counterspell? Amazing. All right, take a untap and a draw. We're just going to have to Prophetic Bolt that Hippie when they go to combat. That's just the way it is. And try to find an answer for the follow-up Exalted Angel or whatever. We're feeling good now. Attack's good. All right, Prophetic Bolt. That thing. Red. Whatever. Giving me a 4-1 split with the Hippie as their threat was like a pretty bad split, to be honest. We'll take Lightning Bolt, I guess, since they can't hard cast the Angel, and I could bolt it while it's face down, unless they have a Dark Rit. If they have Dark Rit Angel, it's like, okay, that's their 3rd Dark Rit. Sure. Another Hippie? Sure. We've got a Lightning Bolt in hand for that. And now we've got permission up. Okay, I feel awesome now. Go ahead, opponent. My turn to get lucky. I guess I wasn't even lucky. Our opponent split off Fact or Fiction. I don't know if I agree with it. Go to combat? Sure. All right, get that out of here. Lightning Bolt. See ya, Hippie. White source? Sure. All right, my hand's full of permission. Untap, draw Gemstone Mine. I'll play it. Go ahead. Another land for opponent? Sure. Making my mana leaks a little bit worse, unfortunately. Take a draw. It's a Swords to Plowshares. Okay, we're playing the control game. Have we cast our second Fact or Fiction yet? No, so we've got another Fact or Fiction as like mass card advantage is an option. Ooh, Elf Heart. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Nothing, huh? All right, I'll untap. Take a draw. It's a Lightning Angel. Yeah. It's Lightning Angel time. Red. Blue? Nah, colorless. What do you think about this, opponent? Combat? Attack. Do you have the answer? No. Oh no, that's not good for you. I figured they must have reactive cards in hand since they haven't been casting anything. Schwamp and pass? Oh no. I wanted to get as lucky as our opponent. I didn't want our opponent to start bricking every turn. That sucks. Sorry, Hegman. Attack for 3. You take 3, go to 16, and then I pass. I guess this is kind of what happened to me game 2, though. I can't get too sad on their account. All right, they're just passing. I'm happy to keep doing this. Just have a Lightning Angel resolved and have infinite cards in hand. Go to combat. Attack. How many Vindicates have we seen? I need to do a count before I pass the turn. All right, we have 2 Hippies, so we're not going to name that. We've only seen 1 Vindicate. We're going to play Meddling Mage naming Vindicate. That seems like a good investment of my time. White Swords, the Lightning Angel. That's something I think I might interact with. Blue. Counterspell, the swords. Get a Meddling Mage. They've already used 2 swords. I'm naming Vindicate. All right, opponent, go. They're out here is to like duress in my swords into Exalted Angel, although they'd have to morph it and then I could fire it. So maybe that's not actually that good for them. Oh, opponent, what are you doing? Tap for 1, 2, 3. Phyrexian Arena? Yes, you may have a Phyrexian Arena. It's going to take an entire turn just for that to replace itself. In the meantime, I'll be attacking them for lots of damage. All right, on tap, upkeep, draw a banger. That's a good one. Go to combat, attack with all my dudes. You go to 8, then down to 7. Yeah, I don't know how you dig out of this. This is bad for you. All right, arena triggers. You're at 7. You have 4 in hand. That's pretty good. Land, yep. 3, 4, 5. Exalted Angel? Sure. Would you like to pay 3? Looks like they would. Once again, I will ask you if you would like to pay 3. And this does just, well, they don't know this yet, but they're just super dead. All right, they're passing. End step. I don't really need to do this, but I came here to cast my spells. Impulse. I'll take Fact or Fiction. Sounds great. Any order. All right, untap, draw, go to combat, attack with every single creature, bring you to 2, and then let's kill you. I'm not going to waste any more time. Red, whatever, fire, face, all 2. All right, GG. All right, we're 1-1. That's great. All right, GG's. Heckman's games are always really good. He got quite lucky in that game 1, but then I kind of followed up by getting just as lucky. So I guess we have to just kind of like eat those. We're going to do 1 more so we can get 3 games with the solution. I have a mount for my camera up there, so I keep looking up there to address you, but I've got it down here today. All right, round 3, we found an opponent and we're on the play, so we take those. Me, I will be on the play. And this hand has Mother of Runes and the Meddling Mage with the removal spell and good mana, so we have to keep. We just want to draw angels for the rest of the game. That's the only thing we're looking to draw. And we hope our opponent's first land informs our Meddling Mage, so we can go like, we can curve from the mom into the Meddling Mage and have it actually be good. That'd be pretty cool for us. GLHF exclamation point. All right, here we go. We're gonna go Flooded Strand, fetch. We're gonna get a Plains. A little bit awkward with our counter spells, but we don't have one right now, so that's okay. Plains, tap it, mommy, and then pass the turn. Oh, we don't have swords, we have Disenchant. So we still keep this hand. We just hope the Disenchant has a target. Island, sure. So what's that? Meddling Mage counterspell? Meddling Mage Gush. Portent. Meddling Mage, Meddling Mage Gush, I think. We could do Meddling Mage Dreadnought. What if we just take a huge chance here and try to Meddling Mage Dreadnought our opponent? Hope they don't have days. They declined to use the ability, so they like whatever it was. Passing to me. Eventually our opponent will pass to us. Oh, they conceded. Why would they concede there? Did they not want to show us what we, it's not like they knew about the Meddling Mage coming down. Weird. Oh, they just conceded the whole thing. Well, that's not going to be our last game here. We're going to get in again. I guess I'm going to assume we just 2 a Dreadnought. Welcome to your 4th game. We're 2-1, baby. Count it. All right, I would like to be on the play. Good luck, have fun. All right, our hand is Meddling Mage, Lightning Angel, and mana that functions with a Bolt. I guess we have to keep this. And I guess we're going to lead on Shivan Reef to support both Counterspell and this Bolt in our hand. All right, Shivan Reef, go. Let me just like fetch. I really don't like the idea of fetching for basic planes when we have Counterspell on our deck. That's a swamp. Interesting. Ooh, now we have an island. So now we can do that. Yeah, Flooded Strand, fetch. Do we name Smother? Let's go for a Plains. Or do we just name, like, Duress isn't even good against this right now. I wonder what the name's supposed to be here. I think we're just gonna name Smother. White, blue, Meddling Mage, Smother. And then you may go. Another swamp, sure. We've got a rat. Zombie Infestation, sure. We're good with that. All right, untap. So now we know Infestation's a hot name here. We're gonna play an island, and we're actually going to go to combat and attack. I will absolutely trade this Meddling Mage for 4 cards in their hand if they want to pitch 4 cards to Infestation, because we can bolt the first zombie. All right, we'll play another Meddling Mage. This time, they're playing Infestation. What does that mean? I guess we just name like all of the reasonable removal, right? Like we name Edict now, or Vendetta. I guess we'll name Edict. Yeah, Diabolic Edict. Or no, Provoking Horror's dumb. Yeah, Diabolic. Because they've got double swamp, so I don't think they have. I don't think they're on survival. Diabolic Edict. Just play a couple bears and pass the turn. I guess I could name Contamination. There's a non-zero chance they're playing just mono black Contamination. Powder Keg, sure. Yeah, that keg makes me think they're definitely Contamination. All right, they're passing to us. We'll untap. Too soon to tell if they're on Contamination. Now we know that they are. We're pretty comfortable just getting our Lightning Angel in play and attacking with it. If they want to pitch cards to Zombie Infestation and block one of these mages, I think that's okay. That said, no, I think it's better to just hold them back and attack with a Lightning Angel, right? Yeah, we'll go Battlefield Forge. Go 1, 2, 3 plus red. Here's my Lightning Angel. I guess, what do they need to do to take out my Angel? I guess they could pitch 4, trade Innocent Blood. Yeah, no, we'll just attack for 3. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They're on Contamination. I probably should have sniffed that out sooner, huh? This deck is very popular with the people who grind on the practice rooms. Contamination probably quite good against us because our mana base is so fragile, but we've got action against it. Innocent Blood, yeah. I'll sacrifice the Meddling Mage on Diabolic Edict. Do you have 3 Innocent Bloods, dude? Yeah, I'll sacrifice the one on Smother. Okay, looks like they don't. Okay, untap and draw. Battlefield Forge. Hello, might interest you in an elk. Oko the Trickster. Smart. Go to combat, attack for 3. Yeah, Zombie Infestation isn't all type of decks, but I probably should have clocked them on Infestation. That would have been a great name for Meddling Mage. But we didn't do that, so that's okay. We'll play Battlefield Forge and just pass. Hopefully they just like can't find an answer for this Meddling Mage in time. That would be the ideal. Powder Keg does its thing. We've got this Force Spike. Hopefully they have to like play Contamination and I can Force Spike it. Duress. What if I Force Spike that? Ooh, Joarv. Thank you for the 4 months. Let's go red, Lightning Bolt face. And then yeah, you can look at my Shivan Reef if you want. Deck, I would like to draw 1 Factor Fiction, please. Or a second Lightning Angel would be fine. All right, they're passing. On tap. 1, 2, 3, red. I asked, and then my deck actually delivered me a Lightning Angel. Nothing much, man. We're just playing some solution. Go to combat, attack you for a bunch. That was lucky for me. This is the turn we need it to be too. Do you have Diabolic Edict? Is it bad for me? Skeletal Scrying? Okay. Did you find Snuff Out? No? Okay, you're at 2. Go ahead. Let's see if they can answer both angels, I guess. Duress me? Yeah. I've got a Shivan Reef. All right, we got there. Wow. Contamination has to be an awful matchup. They conceded, but I don't have... There we go. There it is. Begin sideboarding. All right, what do we want against this deck? I think Phyrexian Furnace, because they have Nether Spirit. Pyroclasm, Red Blast, no. Hydroblast, no. Energy Flux, no. Hibernation, no. Wrath of God, probably not. Seal of Cleansing, yes. Sacred Ground. We know they're playing 4 Wastelands. I think we need Sacred Ground. I think it's those 4. What don't we want? Now our Meddling Mages are good now that we know what they're on. I think Stifle on the draw, pretty poor. Force Spike, probably not as good on the draw. I think a couple of Mana Leaks as well. They're gonna have so much hand disruption. I don't think I want to get caught up with too many of those in my hand. Yeah, something like this I think could be okay, because we're bringing in 2 2-drops for the 2-drop interactive spells, and then we're bringing in 2 furnaces for the 1-drop interactive spells. I think that's fine. We're going to submit. That second angel off the top's about as lucky as I could have hoped to get. All right, didn't find an opponent. All right, game 2, and our mana base hurts us really bad, but we have a keepable hand, I guess. We need some stuff to go right, but we'll see what happens. Phyrexian Furnace, sure. I don't use my graveyard, so that's fine. Pass to me, on tap and draw. All right, more painful mana, love to see it. Let's go white and Mother. Pass to you. Swamp. I would almost be, unless they have like a survival, I would be interested in attacking with that factory if I were them. This deck's mana base is so, but they have the Infestation. My deck's mana base is so painful. All right, on tap and draw. Seal of Cleansing. Well, that's pretty good. Shivan Reef, white, colorless, Seal. I don't think I'm going to break Seal on Zombie Infestation. I think I'm going to wait and break Seal on Contamination if they find it. I think breaking it on that Zombie Infestation and having them resolve a Contamination just ends the game for me. Although they don't have a way to pay for their Contamination, but even so, if they just start paying the cost to make a bunch of zombies, I've got answers for them. I've got this Mother of Runes. I'm just not sweating that right now. Looks like they just play a Swamp and pass to me. I untap. I get a Fire Ice. That's kind of nice. Let's tap for a blue. Let's Portent targeting myself. I want a Lightning Angel ASAP. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. I will draw the Lightning Angel second. I think I'm casting it next turn. So I'm fine drawing the Gemstone Mine off the first draw for Portent. So I'll order it like that. I will not use Portent's ability. I will play Battlefield Forge and I will simply pass the turn. Yeah, you ate my Portent. You may go, opponent. Yep, you've made a zombie. That's not a very good zombie. All right, go ahead. They're probably just like trying to develop any type of a clock here. What are you tapping for 2 for? Oh, I see what they did. They wanted the skeletal scrying. Yeah, that happens. All right, go ahead. I'll draw my Gemstone Mine. Now I've got this Mother of Runes to protect my my buddy, and that's pretty cool. Activate Mistress Factory. Well, I know what I'm killing. Attack. I will not. I will take the 2. That's fine. I just want to tap for a red now and Lightning Bolt the factory, and then I'll just take 2. That's fine. What else you got, buddy? Land plus nothing. Cool. On tap, draw. There's my Lightning Angel. Here's my Gemstone Mine. I'm going to save some life. I'll use this for blue, this for colorless. Now I'll lose 2 life. This for white, this for red. And then here's my Lightning Angel. Can you beat this? Combat. Attack for 3. All right, down to 15. Pass turn. Now, 2 Innocent Bloods is going to completely fuck me up, unfortunately. But if they have that, at least they don't have zombie. So that's cool. They're going to Furnace and try to eat my Bolt. That works. All right, continue. Man, I love Zombie Infestation. Me too. Card's great. I play it in the sideboard of Doctor. Really good there. Combat looks stupid. Probably don't do that. I guess they could try to set up for like a cool Contagion plus other removal spell line, but I still don't think it's that good. On tap, draw Meddling Mage that we knew was coming. Play City of Brass. Go to combat. We'll attack for 3, and that'll bring them to 12. Now we're going to play Meddling Mage. We're going to name. Innocent blood. Innocent blood. None of that today. And then we'll pass. All right, I feel pretty good now. Tap for 4. We got another skeletal scrying. Yeah, you do. You're at 9, 3. Yeah, the clock's not that fast. I think that was a safe skeletal scrying from our opponent. They're gonna need some stuff to go right here though. They've got a lot of like zombie potential, but this Lightning Angel doesn't give a crap about 2/2 zombie tokens at all. What's your out, opponent? You just like drop Larry Nevin's disc. That's an out. Cabal Therapy me? Do they know anything about my hand? No. Yeah, you can take a look. Would they name Counterspell? Sure. Cabal Therapy me again? I think I will... Does firing them do anything? Not really. I guess I could ice a land and draw a card, right? Blue, colorless, and then I'll ice a swamp. Please don't draw second swords. Please don't draw second swords. Could you imagine if I drew a swords here? All right, that's a Lightning Angel. Cool. All right, take a look. I know you're taking my my swords to Plowshares. All right, it's gone. What now? Sickening Dreams. That's pretty good. We'll both take 4. Oh wait, it's black. Give my angel pro black. It's damage. So they know that I know. I guess we win. All right, that was sweet. Would I play this over my personal solution list? I don't know. I think if I play the solution this weekend, I probably will, just because I want to have some main board Meddling Mage action for this weekend. But that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Look forward to some more paper content very, very shortly. And remember that this Saturday, around, I'd say 5, maybe 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Juice is going to be in the studio for a little stream, so that'll be cool too. But for today, that's all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.